Welcome back, everyone. Well, today's show is all about the kids. April is Autism Awareness Month, so right now we're going to switch gears a bit and talk with Dina Martin, the Executive Director of LearningrX in Green Bay, to learn more about how brain training can positively impact those affected with autism.
That's right, Amy. We're here today to let families know that LearningrX can help those impacted with autism. Many of you may not be aware that nearly 1 in 110 children will be diagnosed with autism this year. That's why it's so important that families know what's available to them. With me today is Nancy Henn, a master trainer at LearningrX and a parent of a child affected with autism, and Marcia Schmidt, a local teacher and a grandparent of a child affected with autism. So Nancy, why are clients with autism good candidates for LearningrX programs?
Contrary to stereotypical belief, people with autism do care about relationships. And at LearningrX, we work with our students one-on-one. We build those relationships by matching a trainer with a client who will take that client all the way through a program for 12 to 24 weeks. That program will be very hands-on to keep it novel and fun, and therefore it will be active rather than passive for that client. We are supportive, we are encouraging, and we work to keep our sessions predictable. In trying to keep a session predictable, we will use visual supports, such as these. For a non-reader, we're going to help our client to understand what these symbols will represent, and as they complete an activity, we'll remove that, and eventually they're going to work their way through their session with lots of understanding and comfort because this session was predictable. We're also going to provide any necessary sensory breaks within that hour or 90 minutes that we're with that client.
Marcia, what led you to LearningrX?
I'm always looking for ways to help Grant. Grant is 16 years old, and I saw the ads for LearningrX on television. A brochure actually came in the mail. I went on the internet, I checked out the LearningrX program, was impressed with it, called his county case manager with the Brown County Human Services. The funding was covered partially for the program. She recommended it, and it was a go.
Nancy, can you share with us how brain training works at the root of the problem?
Research supports that majority of people on the autism spectrum, for them, visual processing is a strength. Auditory processing tends to be weaker, and our program targets both of those areas. If a student is processing slowly, just think of the confusion and the frustration and the anxiety that builds while they're trying to learn. And if we can target those areas and we can improve both of them, or either of them, including processing speed, we can decrease the anxiety, we can build self-confidence, and we can clear up their confusion.
Can you share the benefits you're seeing with Grant since he started the program?
One thing that I've really enjoyed, Grant has meaningful eye contact. He's actually, I believe, reading into body language, how people are feeling, which is very difficult for children with autism. Grant is 16 years old, and he's always had problems making connections, making transfers of information from one environment to another. He's focusing, he's making better decisions, he's understanding that the world doesn't wait for him, that there is a time schedule and he needs to get to an appointment on time or we're going to be late or miss it. He is more in tune with the world, understanding where he's fitting in with others and himself.
Here's what another parent with a 5-year-old affected with autism had to say. We started Greg at LearningrX in the Liftoff program. After the first 2 weeks, we noticed a big difference in him. The biggest difference was that he was much better at following directions and his comprehension improved. There is no way words can explain how much he has changed. It has awakened him, and today he is doing very well in school and has lots of friends. He is getting good report cards in first grade, and he's where he should be in math, reading, and writing. Sending Greg to LearningrX is the best decision we've ever made for him. Treating autism can be a daunting challenge for families. Everyone at LearningRx simply wants families to know that we're here as a resource for them. If you want to learn more, contact your local center at either Appleton or Green Bay, or visit us on the web at learningrx.com.